Good evening, everyone. My name is Marc Nicolas. I am the founder of the Day Trading Zones. I have been a trader all my professional adult life. I started when I was 21. I'm 43. Trading is what I do. I trade about 10 to 30,000 options contract a month. We are a research, analysis, and training firms for the options and the futures market. We help people understand where they have the highest probability of doing business, credit spreads, iron condors, and finding those short strikes that have the highest probability of success. Tonight, we are going to talk about something that is very important to me, which is how do you grow a small account to a big account using small trades, okay? Because everybody, especially when you are new traders, we all want that big trade. That's the epiphany of a gambler, that big trade, that big lotto ticket that will change your life. And the truth of the matter is this business is all about singles and doubles. And at times you have home runs, okay? And a couple of years ago, I met a gentleman, Kevin, who was using our analysis tools and research to do his own trades. And he and I had very similar strategy as far as doing most of our income, most of our account into income trades, and also doing directionals to boost our portfolio results. Kevin and I have become friends over the years and came very close to speak about working together and have a closer collaboration and relationship. So at the beginning of the year, Kevin and I put a small account together, which was about $8,000, and based on the principles and very strict parameters and processes, because I am someone that is obsessed with processes when it comes to trading. I just don't like to gamble. Even though it's all about probabilities. There'll be good trades, there'll be bad trades, but overall, I am a really risk adverse, and I don't like to gamble more than 5 to 10% of my portfolio for directionals. Everything else, which is essentially 80% of my portfolio, I like to stay out of the money, right? And also using directionals, where I will show you tonight some cool trades, doubles and triples. So the cool thing with this small account, so let me show you, this is a real account that we started with about $8,000, $8,009 or something. You can make the calculation. And what I want to show everybody is that we are showing you the yearly P&L on this account, which was $15,000 right there, right? And also we want to show you the commissions, because a lot of the people that show you stuff, number one, there's very few guys showing real trades, real account, and year-to-date P&L. But one of the most important ingredients when you trade is going to be your commissions, because you have to think about this, and there's a lot of tidbits that we are going to share with you today. I'll share with you also my account, my tradings from my own trades today. Kevin has his own account, I have my own accounts, and that's the brainstorming account, okay? And so like today, those are my trades right there. Can everybody see the account, everybody? Time and sale at the top, April 28, 8 o'clock. Made about $3,000 today, right? Actually, there's $3,000 still running, okay? And there's $1,700 that were open. And a bunch of the money that we've made were really on cool trades, which we made money on SPY, you know, TLT on the drop of the bond today was a big trade for me using options. Our bread and butter trades, SPY 692. So tonight we will show you how those are being done. We will show you, we are not just going to show you trades to brag, we are going to show you my 1, 2, 3 punch process, and we are going to also show you some cool safe trades that I've done on Apple the night of the earnings, where I risked 36 cents to make 64 cents a contract, and I kept only one contract to show you tonight as a case study on this very tight iron condor, which is limit, it's borderline an iron butterfly. And I'll explain why I do those, how I do those. Again, you see this, if you use Thinkorswim, and for all disclosure purposes, I have 6 accounts. This is one of my 6 accounts. It's my small retail account. And this retail account, just that you know, I always only use $30,000 to $40,000 of net liquidation value on this account. So this is a real account. This is not a SIM account. This is today. This is not P&L from last month, 2 months ago, although I have great case studies from October to show you the 1, 2, 3 punch at the lows of October, right? It's today, you know, right there, 8 o'clock, account, blah, blah, blah. So what will happen is with Kevin, again, the cool part is Kevin has been trading 14 years, okay? He's a third generation trader. He started a small fund where we privately brainstormed together on this private venture. And the cool thing is after less than 4 months on this joint venture with Kev, we were able to almost triple the account. Now, I don't like BS, okay? Because even if someone shows you a year-to-date account, and Kevin, feel free to jump in, say hi to everybody. I don't want people to think, where is that Kevin? And what happened is you got to understand that the year-to-date year profits of $15,000 with about an 8,000 start, right? And you subtract the commissions are very important because some people show you their year-to-date account, but they don't show you their commissions. Does that make sense? And we are it's very important for us, Kevin and others in the industries that work with us, that we show you stuff where you understand the impact of commissions. Think about it. If I trade 10 to 30,000 contracts a month in options, and I pay an extra 10 cents, or I save 10 cents on commissions from broker A to broker B, how much am I saving a month? And how much am I saving a year? Now I'm saving about $3,000 a month, or $36,000 in profit for me and my family. So the impact of commission on the gross profit here is very, very important. Does that make sense? Do we all agree? Yes? Okay? If you have been around the block a long time in this business, someone can show you that he has a $150,000 profit, okay? A big account. And if they don't show you the commissions, who is to say that the commissions matches the year-to-date P&L? Essentially, the person doesn't make money, right? Because commission eats you alive in this business. And this is why tonight we are going to teach you how to keep runners. We are going to try to help you understanding those weekly income trades that we do, and hopefully help you. And the most important is help you think differently about your trade. Okay? So when you look at the weekly options, Kevin and I trade, and I trade especially 70% of all my trades are weeklies, right? And 30% of my trades are 10 days. So I break them like this: 10 days, 30 days, and that's it, okay? And 70% of my trades are 5 days, right? And what we do is we use the option strategies with those processes on how we triple this account to stack some longer term play, if done correctly, to protect our weekly moves. Because as you know, if you look at the weekly cycle, Monday, Tuesday, okay, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the options are going to decay to nothing by Friday. And there's things that you need to understand to stack defense processes with longer term options to protect your weeklies in case they go wrong. So this is one layer of things you need to understand. The second thing that you need to understand that is going to be one of your core success in this business is that if you trade, okay, if you trade SPY and SPX, we trade everything. You see, if you look at my positions today, I have Apple, right? I have COH, which I got destroyed on after earnings, you know, so I show you the bad trades and the good trades, but at the end of the day, what is key is out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions, how many have lost money? 2 out of 8. Are you making a net profit? Is your net income positive? Yes. Do you have a net running balance? Yes. And so those are not screenshots from yesterday or today. They are right now live with us during this event. And so we're going to look at some of those trades. There was some earning trades, pre-market earning trades, and most importantly, there's some assumptions using the right support and resistance to trade the main direction, the SPY. If you look at the SPY and the TLT, which was a big day for the bonds, we made about $2,900 on the bonds. If it was not for the big loss here on COH, you're talking about a 3,000 day here, and you would have talked about a $4,000 or $5,000 day here. And that is a $30,000 account, everybody, okay? So we are going to go show you a couple of processes. So another thing that we like about the weekly is this, and this is one of the key that we like, is that you have, when you trade the weeklies, 52 cycles. And so what happened is you have, compared to the monthly, 52 times the velocity of your money working for you. So instead of making money 12 times, you are going to make money 52 times, right? If you know what you are doing. And what happened is the magic of compounding. This trade compound with this trade, which compound with this trade, which compound with this trade, which compound with this trade, 52 times. The magic of compounding works more here than it works here. But the reality is that I use 70% of my trade here and 30% of my trades here because I can defend better with longer term options. Especially when I do income plays. The directional plays, I don't care. We are in, we are out. We specialize in the SPY most of the time, but I do some TLT trades. Like if you look at TLT today, and we go to the trade tab, you look at TLT at the bottom, right? Those 5 contracts that I bought at $1.84 that went to $2.40, I bought them today. I had a long position on TLT short for the past 2 weeks, guys. Those are even runner. I had even a bigger position on TLT. So I have some credit spread at 134, 135 TLT expiring in 17 days. I have also some puts and I have debit spreads going on, the 129.5, 126.5. And one thing that we are going to help you understanding tonight is portfolio management. If you guys look at all my portfolio right now, one of the common denominator that is key for your success in this business is going to go intranight positive theta and somewhat delta neutral. If you look at all my delta, my positive delta, my positive, negative delta, blah, 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 I am positive delta only 177, which to me, delta neutral will be between 0 and 500 and 0 and minus 500, okay? This is how you have to look at the delta situation and the theta. Each time I look at a trade and I have a big imbalance on my delta, it's because I am on a directional trade that I am in and I am out. Whether I use our short-term signals or I use a 2-3 day signals, I want to be in, out. I want to rebalance the portfolio to sleep at night properly. Okay, and this is going to be key. So what's important for everybody to understand that one of the ingredients of what works for us is to focus. Okay, it's the power of focus. If you are an options traders in this room, I'm telling you right away, and if Kevin is around, he can jump. Okay, so that'll be a perfect way to introduce you to Kevin, is that you do not need all these option strategies to be a successful trader. You do not need 36 option strategies to be successful and make the type of trades we are showing you, right? And those are not trades of yesterday. I'll show you some case study of beautiful trades that will help the logic of the process tonight, but you don't need this. You know, it's not about the expert in options. I'm sure if I go deep in this room, there's a lot of options traders that have much more knowledge than me in options. But guess what? It doesn't mean that you master the 7 to 8 strategies that will make you consistent money day in and day out, and the way that it helped us triple this account with Kevin. And this is very important because a lot of you go from webinar to webinar, from guru to guru, right? To principles, and you are diluting your energy instead of focusing on few strategies and few instruments. Same goes for instruments. Before you graduate and trade the more exotic stuff that I showed you, we, like our retail community, to focus on the most popular instruments, which are SPY, because you are not submitted to earnings place. Most of the professional trade SPY and SPX, right? ES, okay, Apple credit spread, crude for USO, Amazon out of the money. You know, some of the strategies I'm going to show you, the cool trade I've done last night on Apple, where I risked 34 cents or 36 cents to make 66 cents, right? Or 64 cents, or the inverse, 64 cents. Okay, I risk 36 cents to make 64 cents of profit. The Netflix and the Google. That's all you need to start a career. If you really want to be laser focused and make consistent money, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 markets. Those 7 markets will make you money in and money out, and they will help you be extremely laser focused with those 7 option strategies. And another thing that is important to understand is this saying from Wayne Gretzky, okay? What made him one of the greatest hockey players of all time, he didn't go where the puck was, but where the puck was going to be. And that's very, very profound, everybody. You got to have an edge, okay, to say to yourself, okay, I have support here. I have an assumption that there is some support or some demand for a stock here, okay, support. And here there's an assumption that there's resistance or supply for the stock. And what you need to understand is, depending on where you are within this range, yeah, you can be in this range, you can be in the middle of the range, you can be in the first third of the range, you can be in the last third of the range. You got to know what is the highest probability of going here or going back here. And this is the puck from Great Gretzky. It's understanding, having the edge of knowing where the price are going to be. Because if you don't have this, then you cannot construct trades like this. If you look at my TLT trades for today, right? You are not going to make $3,000 or $2,000 open right there, right? If you don't know where the puck is in advance when nobody sees the puck, right? So if I show you the TD Ameritrade trade, there's a couple of things you can see. When did I get the trade? So I click here. You see I got some of the trades on 413. 413, 424, 428. Can everybody see that here? Yes or no? So I have been short TLT, starting by the credit spread, the 134, 135 right there, since 413. So let me show everybody what 413 looks on the full Pro Tool DTZ that works for all market, okay? And I'll explain how everything works after, but I want you to understand the concept of the puck here. So you look at the 60-minute chart or a daily chart on TLT, right? And so I'm going to show you. So up arrow is immediate change trend. Blue dot is a 70% of a continuation of that trend. Down arrow, immediate change trend. With pink dot, 70% chance of a continuation, and we have trade pattern. Now, our trade setup goes as follows. A cross and a recross is a shift of momentum. Our favorite trade setup is this one, the retest pattern. And you see they made a lower high here on DTZ, a lower high on DTZ, and look at April 13. I'm triggering. That's the trigger point here on the chart. So I am in advance from about everybody by 15 days. Do you call that an edge? Yes or no? Or you call that a lock? Because this is clear pattern on the chart here. This is where the edge comes in. You know, you cannot do directional trades and income trades if you don't have an edge. And an edge is going to be some type of a tool combined with the right option strategies, with the people who are willing to spend some time to explain those strategies to you and help you repeat those strategies in the market with you again and again and again. You know, because tools alone are crap, right? And strategies alone are crap. You can be the best option trader in the world. It doesn't mean you are going to do a trade on TLT 15 days before everybody here and be short TLT a shitload of contract, right? But when everybody sees it today, they all run after it today. Well, today you might be late, you know, although it looks good to continue on the short. Me, all I had is to be patient and add and retrieve my position and readjust my positions. So again, if you look at the position on TLT, you see I was short the 134, 135 first, which is the 1, 2, 3 punch process I'm going to teach you right now. Then I went to the debit spread. I bought the long puts and sold the long puts for a protection and lowering my delta. And the only net long position that I have are those 5 contracts this morning for sushi. Call that sushi money. Because this is my risky position here. I have a pure directional here on TLT, right? Which is a pure directional trade. Everything else is a 2-leg trade to protect myself. And if you look at the over Theta position, is this position dangerous? Does this position, when you look at the Theta, is that position looking dangerous? It's not a positive Theta, but is that about neutral Theta? Yes or no? Have I reduced this position to a neutral Theta level? Absolutely, right? And that's extremely important that you understand, because Theta, in case you are not aware of, in your portfolio is the rate. At the worst case, I know that every day I'm going to make at least that 19 bucks, because time decay is on my side. If all those options are weekly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today we are Tuesday, my rate of decay is 1958 per day, so that's my daily paycheck. Tomorrow this can go to 20, then on Thursday it can go to 28, then on Friday it can accelerate to 40. The only thing that I'm certain is that my Theta is going to increase to expiration, okay? And that's why I like to keep my portfolio Theta. That being said, we like to do also triples and doubles, like this trade at the absolute low in October. In October 16, which is the absolute low of the market, right, everyone? We did a trade where I bought the market 10 contract at 309 for 309. Right away, cost reduced the trade by 30% on week 1, right? And then went to week 2. So a week later, in October 22nd, let me show you. October 22nd, the same trade. No, that's not October 22nd. That's my, those are my earning plays from last week that I sent to 80,000 traders on our action video. So this, where is my 1022? Here. So a week later, those 184 calls, okay? A week later, those 184 calls, which I bought here at $3, right? On Thursday, October the 16th, which was the absolute low in the market, multiplied by 3. But look what I've done. So I'm going to show you the process. I was long the 309, right, which is the retail price, right? But I cost reduced right away by 30% by selling about 80 cents on week 1. Then you go on week 2, I sell them again with 1 or 2 days to go. There's like a correct way to do those. And I reduce the cost basis of those options by another 15%. So I reduce that by another 50 cents. So I have the total cost reduction from my 309 minus $1.30. That's my total cost reduction. I reduce this entire trade by 45%. And guess what you see is when they go to resistance, I sell the resistance and I make money on the short leg, guys. It's very powerful. So let me show you the. I took a yellow pad a couple of weeks ago to illustrate that process. Do you guys want me to go in details how I do all those 1, 2, 3 formations? Because those are very powerful. Like people make you pay for classes for that. And Kevin and I have like 50 years plus of experience doing it, and we'll share with you tonight. So, is Kevin around?
Okay, good. Hey, good evening, guys. How's everybody doing? This piece of paper right here in front of us, guys, this shift of momentum is so key right here. Take a screenshot of that because this is our bread and butter right here, guys. Such a simple little drawing, but this is at the heart of what we do.
So let me complete anything I'll say, okay, Kev? So what happened is when you guys go from resistance to support, let's say your stock goes down, goes down, goes down. And let's say this is your main trend, and you guys should always be aware of your main trend, which essentially are indicators that you look on your chart with your weeklies and your monthlies, okay? When you look at your main trend, everyone, and it crosses your main trend weekly support and monthly support, like this morning I took a beautiful SPY trade, and I'll show it to you. It went right at the 89 DTZ support. It recross. I start a credit spread safe. When that credit spread out of the money starts making money or seems to not lose money, I wait for the recross of day trading zones, retest higher low of our zones, right? And now I jump on the directional at 15, 30 days. So you may ask, why 15, 30 days? Because time decay on the options, if you buy options that you are going to keep overnight, okay, if I buy the weeklies at 30 cents, 60 cents, I couldn't care less if there's a time decay by Friday. I am in, I'm out, I make the money, and this is our bread and butter trade with a very tiny portion of our account on the SPY. But when we do an overnight, we want 15 to 30 days of time decay in front of us. We buy that at day trading zone support, like I showed you. Then it goes up, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And it goes to DTZ first weekly resistance, as you've seen in those October trades with the 45% cost reduction. Right there on week 1, I sold that October trade with a 30% cost reduction with 2 days left. Why 2 days left? Because it decays super fast on the weeklies. So, of course, you need to know which strike, you need to know which delta. I mean, like I said, there's a correct way, and the not correct way will crush you. But when you maintain and you master this, you make money consistently. It will help you make money consistently, you know, especially if you size properly your trades and you understand the amount at risk that you have to put per trade. So you go on week 1, I'm selling the resistance. So right now I reduce my cost basis. I reduce my exposure in deltas. If we end up the week here, guess what? I keep the entire premium here. And now week 2, I'm starting with my long. And now guess what? It goes to DTZ resistance number 2. Boom, we do it again and again and again. And that, what you see right now, this 1, 2, 3 formation, is the absolute same trades that you see on my $3,000 TLTs. Not a trade I did in October, okay? For people who are like skeptical, although we just showed you a year-to-date P&L, which nobody shows you, but this is the exact same trades that I've done on TLT, right? So what did I do on TLT? Let's recap the trade, which I showed you details. 15 days ago, punch 1, right, Kevin? Credit spread, time decay, right? Then punch 2. I started buying the doing the spread, the debit spread, adding some directionals, right? So I started doing the 131 put. I bought this 131 put at $1.99. Can everybody see that? Yeah? And then, bang, double. Can everybody see that, guys? This is punch 2. Punch 1, credit spread. Punch 2, directional. Punch 3, I closed the directional for cost reduction with 71 cents discount. Boom, here. And I do it again and again and again and again the right way. And we master ourselves doing this.
Guys,
you know?
when I teach this, you see this 1, 2, 3 punch that he's showing here. What happens is that we have on the chart blast on Monday night, we've got all of these levels. We already know all of the support resistance levels, okay? So what we're doing is we're waiting, we're being patient, and then we're acting at the level of resistance. And what he's using for number 1, if you just imagine your cutlery, right? This is a fairly dull buttered knife. What he's doing is he's selling some calls here, right? Up at resistance. And once he's sure that that play is going to work, look at number 2. He goes right into a directional play where he's buying some puts, okay? And then number 3, maybe more of a campaign type of a drive. So his deltas, right, are sharper as he goes from 1, 2, 3. He sharpens his deltas because he knows, he's confident. He's got, you know, double bottom low or double top, right? A double test of the highs, and then he's got a lower high. So when he puts in that lower high, then he does a directional number 2 there. And we can go over this stuff, but this is so powerful, this 1, 2, 3. And if you just have this sequence in your mind, this is what I'm going to do at these particular levels, you've got a game plan. All of the stress and anxiety goes away.
And the powerful things, guys, there's so many ways to skin the cat. The 1, 2, 3 formation is one of my favorite bread and butter. But another one is this. Look at the SPY. So today I got long the SPY at the bottom, right? Got long around the 224 here with 17 days to go. This thing went to about $3.11, so almost a point. FYI, everybody, right? Made $692 on the SPY. Our bread and butter also are the ETFs. We trade Google, we trade Apple, we trade everything. But we try to keep about 50% of our trades on the ETF and where the professionals are, where the liquidity is, where the volume is. And see, here's the 1, 2, 3 punch with a variation. Step 1, credit spread, I sell at 20 cents. Step 2, crushed. I have some positive theta in my position. Look what I do now. I do the directional. Now, can you see, and here it is where it's very profound. Do you see my portfolio balance at that point? Am I imbalanced in my theta? Am I completely imbalanced in my theta? My credit spread neutralized the directionals. Do you see that, guys? Yes or no? My credit spread, my positive theta, neutralized the long position. Mm-hmm. And this is like a beauty. And guess what happened? The punch number 3 will happen in due time this week and next week and next week if the market keeps on going up for the next 2 weeks, right? I mean, how do you think that I have been patient on the TLT here? The TLT, those 10 contracts, 131 puts that went from 199 to 427. Well, look at the trade. Let's go to TLT. No secret here. Let's try to find this 131 put, right? So this 131 put expire when again? In 17 days. So we go here, we click, we look for that 131 put. Can everybody see that I took that 131 put on TLT on April the 14th? Yes or no? Right there where my cursor is. Can everybody see it? That is powerful. That's 14 days ago. 14 days ago when nobody could see in the chart a short on TLT. Why? Because I repeat again, here's what we do so that you don't understand a little better. We take those full Pro Tools that works for all the markets, Forex, futures and options, underlying, blah, blah, blah. Okay? We have trend tools. Again, I repeat, up arrow, immediate shift, blue dot, 70% plus continuation of the trend. So I like to trend within the trend. Shift of momentum trade setup, cross recross on our dashes, which are our most important support and resistance. The retest lower high right there. So lower high here, lower high here, lower high here. And in parentheses, this tool that is available to everybody, down MACDs. Down MACDs on the fast MACD 699, down trend on the 1226.9. And guess what? I was there taking the trade right there 2 weeks ago when nobody saw it. That's why I have a double. So when you know that's the grand weight key, if you know you are here and you have a high probability of coming here or here, guess what? Magic happens. So what we do for the retail public is we combine and simplify this entire process because this is available for the hedge funds, the money managers, and the financial advisors that we work for on the institutional side, and also for our mastery program traders that we only do 3 times per year. What we do then on the retail side is we combine all this information at 5:45 a.m. So see my screen. This is my screen, my 4 screens. We go from the full Pro Tool, right? And we help the retail public getting very simplified but very effective buy zones, sell zones, and caution zones on Thinkorswim, Ninja, and eSignal that you plug right there in your own Thinkorswim without extra cost. And we do those 10 markets that I mentioned before that are the bread and butter markets where we do 70 to 80% of our trades. Then, boom, you place your trade and you have your members area. Now, when I take all this information, so I'm going to put the SPY or the ES. So I'm going to show you the ES, right? Chart. This is the full Pro Tool daily or even weekly. I want to show them how it touched the weekly. This is the same. We have the same zone on all the time frames. But what we do is we trade on the 60-minute charts to avoid flipping charts. Because what the tools have done, so that I explain everybody the power of that combining with the option strategies, it takes the monthly indicators that have worked for me when I worked in the hedge fund and the prop firms, right? The weekly indicators, the daily indicators, the 4-hour indicator, the 60-minute indicator, and the 5-minute indicator. Whatever I've traded every month for the past almost 22 plus years of my life trading, 10 to 30,000 contracts across 6 accounts. I take all those data, tested with real blood and sweat, and I aggregate those data in one chart, 60-minute chart, simple, so that you can make quick decisions to avoid the high-frequency trading system and flipping charts and having 1 chart, 2 charts, 3 charts, 4 charts, 5 charts, 6 charts. And even if you use a weekly and a monthly chart, who is to say that you are using the right indicators and the right stuff that have been tested with real monies for 22 years? So then we take this information and we bring it here on TOS. Can everybody see? And this is our trade navigator for the retail public. So what happened with the trade navigator, day trading zones trade navigator, I am able to take some trades like we took this morning. So let me show you the SPY trade based on the trade navigator and the simplification of the full Pro Tool. Can everybody see? So this, we take the 27 zone, simplify those 27 zone in a very simple visual. Simplicity is elegance. If you read what Steve Jobs has said about the entire requirements and construction of the iPhone and all these devices, is everything that is simple is elegant, and it helps you being efficient, because we are one of those rare breed here that put their money where their mouth is, and their trades are and their tools are. So what happened here, if you look here at the trade, on the extreme sell zone within the uptrend, I'm looking to buy. At the extreme buy zone, if I have an intermediate reversal, I'm looking to sell. And in between, guess what are we doing in between? That gives us, me and Kevin, the signal to stay out of the money, right? Out of the money, constructing your spread out of there, right? So I use the ES with my SPY, see, my SPY from my trade navigator, and I conquer a touch of an important support. Look what happened on the SPY. It touched the bottom of the caution zone. So what did I do? So let's recap this trade. ES touch the sell zone top, right? Then it's congruent with SPY touching caution zone bottom. I fire punch 1 credit spread, punch 2 directionals, and guess what? Again, this is the type of trade that we put our money where my mouth is, where we made about $700 today. You still have 2 runners showing that we bought at 224, which is 311, and the credit spread. So I have a question here from Julie. Julie says, how do I know you took those trades today based on your tools? Fantastic question, Julie. Glad you asked. Because look, nothing in turn. Here it is. I go to SPY, right, Kevin?
And folks, we have these levels before the market even opens. So we're just chomping at the bit, waiting for a really nice, sweet entry. And sure enough, we got it. It was handed to us on a silver platter this morning, so we just jumped on it.
Exactly. And so what happened is, look here, I want to prove to everybody.
Yeah, show the DTZ.
Okay, so look here, the positions taken, because I want everybody to see that. The credit spread was taken when today? Can everybody see that? 428 at 10:44 a.m. Yes, no? Can everybody see that? Very important. Very important because you're congruent with the chart. You know, not after, 5 months ago. So at 10:44, I'm jumping there. Then
and look at that, it's a dollar wide as well. So we can talk about, when we get into mastery programs, we can talk about how wide the spread should be, how many days out, etc. All those details, we'll go over all that stuff.
So that is punch 1, right? Then punch 2, I come here 1027 by 2 right away. So look at my charts at 1027 where we are now. So just that you understand. 1027 to 1044. If I put a 60-minute chart, right? I just want people to really see in a granular fashion, right? So look, those are floor pivot above and below DTZ. So I'm going to remove that. By the way, you can see now that those are not floor pivot because they are in between the DTZ. Okay? So, where is it? I'm going to remove that so it's cleaner for everybody. And so, if you look at this morning, right? Look at this morning, 9:30 to 10:30. This is where the bottom happened. I took all my trade at 10:27 to 10:44. Is that fair to say that this was the bottom visually? Yes or no? So it's even easier to see it on the trade navigator, but I show you in the full proto, right?
And look at that. We have a shift of momentum. Look for you MACD readers. Look down there at the bottom. You've got a shift of momentum, right? And then once we swing off of that low and we find a bid and buyers, look at how to the right there we put in a higher low even. Beautiful.
You know, and same here. So then we take all this information before the market open and we give it to you on Thinkorswim. You just put it on your Thinkorswim. It automatically plots on Ninja and eSignal. On Thinkorswim, you paste copy the script every day. It takes 5 seconds. But those are updated for you to crush it in the weekly options. Because, again, you know, we have tools for the longer-term options trader and the ones for the weekly. And this helps you crush trades like this, you know, based on those trades today, $700 here, $3,000 here, you know. And I don't want to be bullshit. You will have losers, you know. I did 8 trades. I have 8 positions, right? And I got crushed on COH because of their earnings. But out of 8 positions, I have 2 losers. I have 6 winners, and this is what it counts. When you are going to talk to your wife or your significant other at the end of the week, She doesn't care how many trades you've done, and she doesn't care what you trade. All she cares, she doesn't care about your win ratio and your loss ratio. She cares, hey, have you made or lost money? That's it.
Yeah, what's the bottom line there?
That's
And
the
the other
bottom line.
thing is too, look at on Coach. Click on COH, will you, boss? Click, Mark. Click on COH, because look at this, guys and gals. He still has open position on this. It's not like he's rolled over and given up. He has the skills to turn this around. I saw a couple of weeks ago converting an SPX trade that was underwater, $400, $500, and he turned it around into a plus $4,000 position. So he hasn't given up on this position at all. He is just going to work another strategy at a different level there. So he
exactly.
might have taken,
that's a good point that you brought, by the way.
Yeah, he might have taken $1,300 loss today, but we have the skills to trade out of almost anything.
And what he's saying basically is you need to understand how to adjust your legs on those when they go against you. And it's funny he's mentioned that trade because I have the screenshot right there on that trade, which I will explain to everybody who is new in the community. This is a trade that I took, and I use it for a case study. I think it's a very powerful trade. It's a trade, you see, it would be easy for me to come in and say, hey guys, look, I've done 200 times my money. I look like a genius. I am the best trader on earth. No, absolutely not. This trade, what is interesting about this trade is that it was a credit spread where I lost about $400. So this thing was losing $400. And I was able to turn, by doing the adjustment on the legs, this $400 to a $4,000 profit, everybody. So initially, this was a call credit spread. And what happened is my resistance, right? Sorry, those lines are hard to write with this pen. So he went to the resistance, crossed the resistance, retested the resistance. Now resistance became support and flew to the next resistance. So when it retests here and start flying, where I'm like, hey, am I going to wait here and have max loss, or am I going to do something? And so there's some adjustments that we'll take on the Q&A later on with Kevin. As a matter of fact, on the Q&A, I'll show one of my coolest trade of the week. If you're interested, it's this Apple trade.
Yeah,
this Apple trade was one of the coolest trade I took this week, in my opinion. Why? I did a very tight iron condor within the parameter of DTZ and the expected move, right? And I sold this thing for 64 cents a contract on a 1 point wide, which means that my total risk was 36 cents a contract. So if you know anything about credit spread, the typical credit spread users, this is where we do a lot of things that are creative and that really help us make consistent money, is that the typical credit spread buyers or sellers, what they do is they go for 33% of the with order strike or 10%, which we do too. But what they do is they risk 3 to make 1, right? And there's times, appropriate times, especially on earning release, where risking 36 cents to make 64 cents is a better bet than being out of the money in terms of risk reward. And with a very small size on Apple, I was able to make about $400 today, Yeah. And I want to prove to everybody that this trade was taken before the earnings. So I don't like people, oh, who is to say you took it today? Well, we show you everything. Look, here we go. Apple positions. Can everybody see my iron butterfly? The 1111 was taken yesterday at 324. Yeah? Good. Everybody? Took yesterday, 36 minutes before the close, before the earnings, and I structured this trade, cool trade. So I'll explain this trade a little more in details, why I love this trade. There's so much that we do with this. But the key is this, is that we use the Trade Navigator with the right option strategies to give you every morning your buy zones, your sell zones, your caution zones that have helped many, many over the years, guys. Many over the years. So let me show you. This is your members area. You come in the morning, okay? You have your buy zone, sell zone, caution zone, but you are not alone. We write a commentary on where we think what's going to happen on the most important stuff. And then what happened is every week, you know, that's where it cracks me up. A lot of people send you 2-3 videos a day. You don't need 2 or 3 videos a day. What you need is a game plan for the week. We give you the game plan for the week. We get together with you live every Monday. Next week, we have a fantastic special session with, between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, where we'll go through our most up-to-date strategies with using the buy zone, caution zone, and sell zone, right? And you get the tools. So you get the tools, get the training, and you get the right option strategies. That's what's important. You need the 3 to be successful. Tools alone are crap. You know, people sell tools alone. People sell trading room alone, where you see 1,000 people and there's 20 million trades flashing through. We in this community like to be very nimble on what we share with you, very nimble on the strategies, very nimble in the markets that you trade, because we have only one goal. Within 3 months and 6 months, that you think and start trading like a professional. Not 2 years, not 3 years, 3 months top, right? 3-6 months, okay? But it's not happening in a one-day class. You will not be a proficient day trader in a one-day class. You're not going to be a professional trader in a 2 days or 1 week class. You need to be patient, couple of weeks. You know, it's a craft. It takes 10,000 of hours to be a master at anything in work. Yeah. And now tonight we showed you some account of us. You know, at the beginning of this presentation, I showed you the collaboration year-to-date P&L with Kevin, you know, on the, here, for the people who came late again, this is our year-to-date P&L on the collaboration account. We started with 8,009, 8,006, I believe. Kevin and I just put very small amount of money, and our goal is to prove to the world that if you trade small, you know, what will blow you up in this business, what will blow you up in pieces, is big trades with big sizes. I'm telling you, we've been there and done that, Kevin, right? Yeah. And if you can consistently do $400, $300, $200 on your trade, construct your stuff slowly but surely every week and get that source of income, it'll be a big plus for you guys. And so we, unlike others, like to show you the commission year-to-date effect, because you can have guys showing you their year-to-date P&L, but ask them, hey, do you mind showing your commission for the year? And who is to say that if they trade 2,000 trades a day, that there's nothing left, because the commissions are eating their profits. And we wanted to be realistic, showing you that commissions eats profit, right? So going from 8,000 to 22,000, paying 22,000, 23,000 in the net liquidation, including the $4,000 commissions. It's very important that you understand that, guys. So here's what will happen. So that you understand, and I don't share Kevin. So that Kevin used to be one of my members. That's how we became friends and started brainstorming. And he opened his private group, which I was part initially to help, like with risk management and feedback, right, Kev? Yeah. And we have since January decided to work very closely together for the community. Okay, there has been a lot of stuff that we have been working on that are going to be incredible for the community. But again, you need the tools, the strategies, and you need someone who is willing to take the time, like Kevin and I, to help you understand those. You know, going in a live room at 9:30 where things flash like crazy. I don't say it's not bad. I just say that you are putting yourself in a position to get a fish a day. But if you get a fish a day, you're not teaching yourself and your family how to fish for a lifetime. So learn to fish, and we'll give you the fish to earn as you learn eventually, okay, by doing the Monday sessions. But you got to learn this business, guys. You cannot rely on people throwing you stupid buy signal, sell signal without thinking for yourself, without having a profound understanding of the trade you are placing, because it will hurt you. It will hurt your finances and your account if you don't do it. I'm telling you guys, this is just a fact. So in case not sure if people know me or not, if it's the first time that you've heard about us at Day Trading Zones and myself, a quick a little bit about me. I started about, like I told you, over 20 years ago. I started in prop shop. I came from France, from Europe, and I had no money. I had nothing. So right there, it's an easy one. So I had to work past my series, 63, 7, and 55, work for a professional firm where I had the split. I built up from 100 shares to 10,000 shares. I was specialized in NASDAQ stocks initially, trading the Hammer. It was a platform at the time. I progressed to futures and options, and I worked for a small hedge fund called JP Capital, which unfortunately in 2001, they had a lot of long bet got killed with 9/11. And then I switched to trading my own money, just like you guys, for most of the past, 14 years now. I blew up some account adjusting to trading alone, but I've never, ever blow up all the accounts. I always, like I told you at the beginning of this presentation, have 6 accounts, which I segregated in different ways. So if I blow up one, I still have 5, and I still have maybe 85 or 90% of my capital and assets left. I built up over $1.2 million in net profit and net worth before going through a divorce after 20 years, which has been the worst trade of my life. But hey, it happens. I'm the father of 2 boys, 10 years old, Sean and Evan, twin boys. I've helped fund managers like Dennis Moraes grow from 20 million to over hundreds of millions now. His hedge fund, Horizon Point Wealth Management, has merged with a bigger fund. I've helped beginner like Ramesh, who is an Intel guy, go from negative to 48,000. I've helped Kevin here tonight. Actually, I've helped. What's funny is the 2 Kevin. I've helped the Kevin who is in charge of Real Traders Webinar and Kevin with us tonight. Growing their business, and it's not just about me. Look, this is our private trading mastery Facebook that is reserved for our most intense traders that I do 3 times a year, that I take under my wings. And you see we have about 260 members there. And if you look at guys like Matt Farrell, which had never traded a spread in his life. The guy never traded, he didn't even know what a spread was, how to structure a trade, how to do it correctly. Well, if you look at the trades from Matt Farrell, and I have a new lady that just said she made $27,000 too, and you see, when you belong to our community, you have to show me your entries, your exits, so I can review your trades and help you on Thursdays on the mastery sessions. Look, Matt Farrell, which is a real guy, made $17,000 in 4 months, never traded spreads, and look the feedback from others. See, Abby, that's awesome. You inspire me. John Southern, some great trade. Matt, thanks for the good wishes. I'll try to post more actively when I can. There was more people. Hey, that's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. That's inspirational. Bravo. And here's this trade, guys. So the guy is real, This is a real $17,000 that the guy was sharing trade by trade. So it's not about us, it's about you guys. It's about you, the traders, to be successful. So Kevin from Real Traders Webinar asked us to put something very special with him for you guys, where you have 0 risk, to get to know each other, where the risk is on us. And I think you'll find out that this opportunity is a no-brainer. It's an opportunity to be with us 3 months. It's our best opportunity, and we have what we want is that you don't feel like you have any risk. We want you to get to know us, get to know the stuff we do with Kevin, with our community, the stuff we do on Monday on that special event, and be with us 90 days. But at a cost that is the cost of what someone sells on a 1-day class, on a few-hour class. So here is what Kevin has put for you. What we always do is we give you tools. Those tools will show you the buy zone, caution zone, and sell zone, and training. So Kevin, Real Trader Webinar, it's all yours.
Thank you,
and then
Marc.
we'll take Q&A, and I'll show you how to defend those trades and the Apple trade. I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Marc. And guys, again, as Marc mentioned, I just want to mention for myself that Marc is one of my favorite traders and teachers. It's because of him when I first got involved in the trading industry. It's because of Marc that I became so involved in the trading industry, and I stuck with it. And I've been a member. I joined this community when I first got started. I've been a member ever since. I just want to say thank you to Marc and let you guys know that he's the real deal. It's thanks to him that I've been able to become a consistent trader myself, especially when it comes to time decay. That's been my thing. So, guys, together with Marc and the team over Day Trading Zones, we put together a special offer for you tonight and a guarantee that they've never offered before. So, here's what that entails. You're going to be getting the Master Weekly Options workshop that Marc did a few weeks ago. You're going to be getting the recordings of that. Now, those recordings you're going to be getting as well as 3 months of their daily analysis. Now, that comes with live weekly chop blasts every Monday with Marc, which are recorded if you can't make it live. I've seen some people saying they're a part-time trader, or if you work full-time. These are all recorded so you can get it in the members area the next day. There's a daily commentary that's posted to the members area, a weekly video blueprint every Monday, and those navigator action zones for those 10 hot money making instruments that you've seen Marc showing you there a few minutes ago. And you get immediate access to all of it. So basically, you're going to get everything that you need to crush it trading options. Now, here's specifically what you learn in the workshop that Marc did. You're going to learn how to stack weekly and longer term options for consistency and how to properly defend bad positions, support and resistance for high probability plays, cost reduction strategies for low implied volatility. You're going to learn to spot the perfect setup, including what day, what option strikes, and what deltas must be used in order to win and give you the highest probabilities. You're going to learn the keys to dividing the week cycle and how to use proper strategies for particular days of the week. You're going to learn little known secrets for finding cheap options on Fridays with the potential for doubling and tripling your invested capital, as you've seen Marc was showing examples of, while having extremely limited risk on the downside. And so much more. It's too much to list here. You're also going to be getting PDF cheat sheets with specific action plans. And most importantly, Marc shows you when to use each of these strategies in which scenario. Now, here's how the 3 months of the DTZ daily analysis compounds your probabilities. It's going to do so by providing you with buy, sell, and caution zones for those 10 hot money making instruments. It's going to do so by providing you with the correct trend identification and retracement areas to structure your high probability options. It's going to do so by providing you with action zones that helps you quickly identify momentum shifts. And for those 10 hot money making instruments, those are Apple, Google, Amazon, ES, SPY, CL, ZB, NQ, YM, and there's a bonus rotating stock every month, which is currently Netflix. And those auto plot every single day on Thinkorswim, eSignal, NinjaTrader, and TradeStation. Now, here's how the live weekly chop blasts that you're going to be able to attend for a full 3 months are going to compound your probabilities. Every single Monday, you'll be able to meet with Marc live. On these meetings, on these chop blasts, you'll watch as Marc analyzes his trades for the week. You're going to be able to get trade ideas on what stocks you should watch. You're going to be able to throw out stocks that you want Marc to analyze for you. And you're also going to learn when others in the group throw out their stock picks and Marc analyzes those. So you're going to be getting those every single Monday. You'll be able to go to that. And again, if you can't make it live, the recordings are always going to be made available. So let's recap the value. You're going to get you're going to get the recordings of the live Master Weekly Options class, which is a value of $297. You're going to get the 3 months of DTZ daily analysis, which sells for $97 a month. So that's a $291 value. You're going to get the recordings of the class, and you're going to get a special 2-hour live orientation session on Monday with Marc and Kevin, where you're going to learn step-by-step profit strategies, how to use the zones, and so much more. That session alone is going to be worth $297. So this is a real money value. It's even more than that, but a low estimate would be $885. You're going to get all of this. And today only, this is something that Marc threw in. This is a special offer we put together where they're going to be giving you a money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason within 14 days, you contact the Day Trading Zones, let them know, and they will give you 100% of your money back. Okay, this is not something they do normally, but that's how confident they are and how valuable you're going to find their strategies, their tools, and everything, the live sessions. You won't find more value than this. And you're going to get it all for one single payment of $297. All you have to do is go over to daytradingzones.com/special. Again, that's daytradingzones.com/special. This does close at midnight tonight, and the link is already in the chat box. If you just click that link, it'll bring you right over there. Marc, if you have anything to add.
No, thank you, Kevin. We'll take Q&A, questions and answers on some of the processes with Kevin, and also go through the $400 trade that became a 4,000, but most importantly, the first trade of Apple. So do you guys want to, and then we'll take Q&A also on everybody. Todd says, can you please discuss a bit more how someone who works a day job can be successful using this information. Todd, the way you would do it, in my opinion, and Kevin, feel free to jump in, is that I would stick to the out of the money strategies that we will help you understand and construct the right way. Like Kevin said, we've tried to be as transparent as possible tonight, not only showing you guys my P&L for today, that 3,130, right? Not only showing you the collaboration account that Kevin and I have opened with that almost triple, and showing you the commissions, but we're offering you something that is very rare in the industry that I do not give, and usually, which is a no risk to try us. If you try us for 2 weeks and you feel, oh wow, those guys are really the right guys, I've learned a lot, great, you are grateful, you feel that it was a waste of time, you know what, we don't really no hard feeling. No hard feeling, will give you your money back, because to us it's most important tonight, especially for the people that we don't know, that you understand that you have a unique opportunity, because it is a unique opportunity in a sea of sharks in the guru circuit, to find a home for yourself with guys that trade every day, and trade every day real money, not in a crazy way, in a very calculated way, in a very tranquil way. We are not firing 300 trades a day, and we would not want to give you all the trades. We would want to give you what we perceive being the best trades. If you guys have also questions on how we tripled this account, we'll be glad to take some of the questions. Let's see if there's other questions. And
Marc,
also, I'll show you the Apple trade that everybody wants to see. Go
Marc,
ahead, Kevin.
Will you go back to the 1, 2, 3 punch on the legal pad? Let's take a look at that again, and then let's take a look at TLT. We can zoom in on TLT. I just wanted to address more specifically Todd's question, because I encounter this all the time, where got people that I meet and have met over the years have got day jobs, and gosh, well, how can I get in, right, a trade at the best location, right, or in the best area, and I can carry that trade for 2 days, 3 days, 5 days a week. So when we have these, that first punch that we take is a very dull butter knife. It's a low delta type of a play where we're selling premium. Now, 80% of the people that make money in this market are premium sellers. Okay, so we want to stay on that side. Okay, we want to keep the probabilities as high as we can. So when we come down to a support area, and let's say we crash through that support, and then we come up and retest that support and it holds, well, we want to make sure that we're positioned there, either selling premium below the market, okay, out of the money below the market, or getting directionally long the market as well. So that first punch is the selling the put premium at support, at or near support, right? Because these areas of support are areas. They're not actual lines in the sand, right? They're areas. And so we found buyers there before, so we want to see if the market is going to bid at that area. We're getting paid to take a trade, which is beautiful, and it's paying us every day. And so, so Todd, I hope that helps you. What we're doing is we're taking trades in the highest probability areas. If you, Marc, if you'll go to that TLT chart, I think it's really apparent there that we double topped, and then we had a lower high, and it was really it was quite a trade there, quite an opportunity to get short and stay short. And TLT, let's see here, or was it just bonds daily? Okay, all right. So we have a double top here, and then once we put in the lower high, then we were confirmed. So the double top here at this resistance level, at the just above the 132 level. Once we double topped up there, then we got call. We were selling calls above the market there, And then once the price dipped, and I was a profit taker just because I take profits pretty quickly, and then once it bounced again, then I'm starting to get directionally short and taking some profits. It bounces again, I get directionally short again. Well, shoot, we have those calls that we're selling above the market that whole time. And so if we're getting directionally short with purchasing puts, then we're reducing our costs by selling premium above the market there. I hope that's real clear to you, Todd.
A couple of questions that we have to answer. So someone said, can you detail the offer in relationship to the retail price? Guys, like you can make the calculation yourself, like Kevin. You know, a lot of time people give you BS value. Look, we have a very clear service page at daytradingzones.com. You go to the service page, you can see our offer, and you see that the DTZ analysis, the buy zone, sell zone, caution zones, and the get together every Monday alone is $97. And the master, the weekly options alone with our latest course that we did usually was $297. So we give you those for only $297, guys, and plus the live event next week. So you can figure the deal here, but basically, any way you look at it, you get the live class for free or the master weekly options stuff that has all the PDF that I use. I use those processes on my table right now. All those trades that you see here, guys, are from those same PDF cheat sheets. You know, there are a combo of the 1, 2, 3. There are a combo of this trade. Like I told you, this was a cool trade, this Apple trade that I showed you, which was a very high, tight iron condor. So let's look at the charts. Let's look at the charts and see how do you figure that. Okay. So we go here. And my assumption on Apple was yesterday we were at about 132, right? And the expected move was about 7 points. So you know they were projected at about 139 here and 17 point below around the 125 below. But what I do is I look at the expected move and the DTZ, because DTZ is price action across time frame with supply and demand. And the expected move is just the expected move based on your straddle, your at the money put plus your at the money call, right? So I knew that there was a high probability that we would be called in between the top of the sell zone to the bottom, to the top of the caution zone. So I had two choices, guys, okay? When I look at the full Pro Tool DTZ, I have the main trend on Apple that was what? Up. I had the intermediary up, right? But there was some like this that I did not like the way they were crossing down, right? And also what I had that I didn't like here is like, okay, if I'm going to take out of the market, and listen to that because this is very profound, and I'll keep on taking Q&A about the special offer. If I took out of the money credit spread for those 5 contracts, let's say I would have sold the 125 put spread to the 124 put spread, and let's assume generously that I was getting 30 cents for it, right? So it means that I was risking on that directional assumption, I was risking 70 cents, right, to make 30 cents on 5 contracts. So what I wanted to do is put myself in a position where I come closer to the current price and the DTZ expectations too, right? And have an eye on the expected move, right? And do something closer to the current price. It's not exactly an iron butterfly, but it's a Marc Nicolas tweak here, where I was shorting, you can see. Let's go back to the trade. I was shorting the, where's the trade? I was shorting the 134, 135 call and the 126, 125 puts. So I was putting myself in a position to receive with the high implied volatility expansion before earning 64 cents on a 1 point wide, which means that my maximum profit would have been the credit received, the 64 cents. The maximum loss would have been 36 cents. That's a much better deal for the capital invested. It means that for my 5 contract, what would have been the maximum I would have lost? $180. what would have been the maximum I would have made? About $400. So I was risking 180 bucks to make 400 bucks. That's a much better deal than selling the 125, 124 alone and risking 70 bucks to make 30 bucks. Much better risk ratio. So there's a lot of tidbits like this that will teach you on next Monday's event, and that will be tremendously helpful to everybody. So let's take some other questions with Kevin. We don't want to abuse of everybody's time, but so long Kevin at Real Traders allows us. So let's take some questions. How can I trade with only $8,000, or is that appropriate for small accounts? This is very appropriate with small accounts. That's why, that's the entire theme of the evening, that not only it's appropriate for small account, but it should be appropriate for big accounts. Because if you cannot do those trades day in and day out between 1 and 10 contracts, how do you expect ever emotionally bring those sizes at 50 contract, 100 contract? You have to build your confidence, your belief system to the higher sizes, guys. You know, and actually, I'm going to prove you tonight that smalls is beautiful. Ask Kevin. You know, we have traded. We've traded between 100 and 1,000 SPY contracts at the time for the entire year of 2014. And I can tell you one thing, those trades are doing great when they triple and quadruple, but when they bite you, right? So what I want everybody to understand in this room is that if you start with a $2,500 capital in the directionals, and let's say you have a $30,000, even a $10,000 account, so you have $2,500 or $1,250 for your directionals, right? And you put everything else, which is 90% of your capital, into you put your capital into the out of the money, the safer play that have 68 to 95% chance of success, right? All you need is 1,250, because it took me many, many years to understand this slide. Now, let me share this slide, the $1 million project. Is this business, so I'm going to ask everybody, is this business about taking a big amount, right? Or doing what we've showed you today? Is this business about taking a big amount and make a lot of money, or taking a small amount of money on the directional and make it big? Because look at this. If I break that down at a $2,500 in just directionals, you need to learn how to double over time. If you double and compound your double over time, it will take you 9 times from a $2,500 account to be a millionaire. And you don't understand, but it took me many, many years to understand that you want to trade directional smalls, because the directionals are the one who will blow up in your face, guys. You know? And the other one, like a turtle, your income trade, you know, they improve your accounts every month, you know, 2%, 5%, 10%, 20%, like a turtle, with not a lot of up and down. And then here, you go for wealth. So you go for income and wealth the proper way. And it's very, very important, because it took me many, many years to understand. I don't need to show a $500,000 account or a portfolio margin account to you guys. As a matter of fact, I think it is very deceptive, because a lot of the guys who show you a portfolio margin, which I do have a portfolio margin that I don't show on the videos, we are able to do trades with portfolio margin that you guys are not able to do. I'm able to sell straddles. I'm able to sell naked puts. I'm able to sell naked calls. These are trades that are not available for you. We show you because we have the processes so tuned up that we can do that with small account and turn this $8,000 account in less than 4 months into a $23,000 account. You know, we show you here, even on my small account today, that has $30,000 that I made $3,000. Because those processes, what's important is to learn the processes safely with small sizes that will help you double directionals with small amount, and everything else. You want to understand the portfolio management of time decay and Theta. So let me see. Kevin, anything you want to add to that?
Oh, I was just answering some questions there. Todd was saying that he's looking forward to learning, and so I was just answering some of the questions there that Kevin had not. You know, the other thing is that really the fine details, like we were talking about what the cost of trading is, what you're paying for commissions. So, selecting the appropriate strikes, all of that, you guys are gonna learn all of that, all of the inside stuff that you need to trade, and it's fairly finite. It's 6 to 8 trades, and we're trading, a very limited universe of stocks, and most of the market is predicated on what the Nasdaq and S&P are doing anyway, and so as long as you know that market, then it really, really helps you because there are, let's say it's an uptrending market, market will probe the lows in the morning, and then they'll start finding buyers. And so, just that one thing, if you just know that, right, and you can be patient and kind of sit on your hands for 30 to 45 minutes until the market falls down to one of these support levels, well, then you've got a great buy opportunity. So the thing is that we've got so much experience in the saddle here that we can pass on that experience to you guys in fairly short order.
There's a question that says, do we provide, like on the Monday get-togethers, besides that particular session on that special chart blast on Monday, trades? Yes, we provide you themes for the week where we say TLT, like I've given my guys the TLT shorts for the past 2 weeks. So if you had listened to my theme here, you would have been able not to wait today to make money on TLT, but you would have made money on TLT all along for the past 2 weeks, right? So we have themes. And the reason we have themes is because within a week, within that same themes, like say TLT short, you could trade TLT 3 times. TLT support here, TLT resistance, DTZ here. It goes at support, you get out. It goes at resistance, you do it again. It goes at support, you get out. You got resistance again. So you can rotate the same theme, the same trading idea 2-3 times for the week and stack position even for the weeklies and the monthly, like I've done on TLT, guys. So it's very important you understand that. We don't like to feed you 20 birds in one day. We like to feed you a couple of birds on Monday that I think are valid between the next 5 days to the next 10 days. And that is much more powerful than being triggered a lot of stuff. Now, we are also looking at doing potentially a live room down the road, but we want it to be as effective as possible for people's time. Right now, it's combining tools, trades, tools, trade analysis, plus the knowledge of those option strategies that help us being consistent. Because in this business, it's all about consistency, guys. This business is all about consistency. Someone is asking, hey, after the 297, after the 3 months, do we have recurring fees? No, guys, it's a one-time fee. If you want to stay in the community, you stay. If you don't want to stay, you don't stay. As a matter of fact, I urge everybody that is not joining us to even go on our website and get our free stuff, training series videos or whatever it is, Okay, but this is a unique deal that we presented tonight to get to know each other and at no risk to you guys. Again, I'm very serious. We've done it for many, many years. If it's not for you and it's not what you expected, we'll be glad to give you your investment back. We want people who are committed, people who understand that this makes sense. If you don't have proper levels, if you don't have proper ways and strategies to play those levels, if you don't know how to properly size and know the premium you're supposed to get, if you don't know which strike to trade consistently, you are not going to make money in this thing. As a matter of fact, our guys will take your money, because it's a two-sided trade, right? I think that's it, guys. Is there any other questions we might be able to answer? Let's see if we're missing.
Paul,
Ulbrey.
POLAAQ says, are we using stocks and futures as well? Typically, we're trading options, and we'll trade futures as a hedge. So let's say that we're long SPY, overnight, and we get a sell-off overnight in the middle of the night. We'll trade the E-mini, the ES, on the short side in order just to hedge our downside risk.
Awesome, awesome. There are some questions. Aubrey, again, if you have a job, I think Kevin answered the questions. We have recordings. If you missed the session, I would stick to the out of the money strategies. So this is very important that you do that. As far as the training, contact at day trading zones, and our backend team, Corey or Jack, will help you situate what you need. Dave, it was not a ping pong trade, Dave. It's a cross retest on the TLT. That's a lower high. You know, like he said here, see, we shifted cross from blue dot to down arrow. Most important DTZ right there. Retest lower high right there. Lower high, down arrow again. 70% of the continuation of a trend until the next dash.
So there was a real shift in momentum there, folks. And then, the other thing that you can do is you can do some research on this MACD. Okay, so if you guys want to just, if you're on Thinkorswim, or you can pull down a tutorial regarding MACD, you'll see at the highs here when we were up there at the 138, there is what we call a MACD divergence, right? And there's actually a double top on the MACD oscillator itself, and then a crossover on the oscillator before price just really falls off. And so we are, on the Pro Tools, the nice thing is that there's a red arrow that says, hey, this is officially now a downtrend, and we have pink dots that are confirming that. And so as long as we're in a downtrend that we're going to trade to the short side, as we get bounces, we just look for bounces back up into what was previous support now becomes resistance, right? And so price comes and bumps its head up against the resistance, and then we'll sell call premium and get directionally short again until we come down to these predefined support levels. And then we're taking off removing our profits, removing the trade, and then redeploying that capital to somewhere else. So I hope that's helpful.
There's also hold on. Who asked me? Paul Ack question about how many trades. How many trades is really depends. If I don't see anything, I'm going to go play golf. I'm going to call Kevin, and go for mountain climbing or swim.
That's right. Yeah, get outside and go for a hike. Typically, we're trading light on Monday, and where everybody else wants to get out the door on Friday, there's actually some opportunity on Friday.
Right, and then what happened is, if we are busy in the earnings seasons, I don't mind doing 63 trades like today. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Somebody was asking about cost here. 297. What our goal is that you guys would be able to pay for this in 2 or 3 trades. And there's ideas that come up almost every day in our community, and we are working on some other platforms to not only give you guys some fish, but to teach you and help you fish as well.
It's also important to understand what Kevin said. Look, if you look at the P&L, my little P&L on Apple, just on Apple, an overnight trade would have paid for the 297. But we are not giving you a one-day class and good luck. We are giving you 3 components that nobody gives you, showing you real results and year-to-date P&L. We are giving you component number 1, this, the trade navigator, buy zone, sell zone, caution zone, delivered to you every morning. Component number 2, you have access to your members area, where you have the commentary right there, right? And you have the weekly video. Component number 3, you go to the live event on Short Blast at 4 o'clock, 4:15 on Mondays, which we have the special event 2 hours on this Monday to help you navigate the zones, the strategies, review our best strategies that we like, take your Q&As on the stuff that you would have learned from today to Monday so you can absorb everything properly so that we have an intelligent conversation on Monday, right? And we also help you to find some trade ideas. So this is a 3 months commitment for $297, guys. It's a no-brainer. Just our Bison caution zones alone are $97 a month. So you're getting all the extra other stuff for basically free. Okay, if you take action before midnight tonight, and I will have to see with Kevin about giving you the bonus, the 3 months bonus. This is the deal, guys. It's a great deal. Okay, especially us taking the risk on us. Let's see if we are a few more questions, and I guess hopefully that was helpful. Where's the link to sign? I have no idea, guys. Is this in your control panel? I'm guessing it should be on your control panel, guys. If you look at the go-to little box there.
Yeah, guys, it's in the control panel, Marc. Just to answer a couple questions, James. I know James is having an issue. You just go right to that page. You'll see that there's in green it says 297, then in blue it says 885. That's the value. It's the right column. You see the green letters that say 297. It's the button right underneath that. You just click that, and that gives you access to the special. It's only 297, and it comes the 800. That's just the value of what you're getting tonight. Sorry, Marc, didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to clear that up.
No. I didn't even know how to answer. I was guessing it was in the control panel. Okay, let's see. Kevin, is there any other questions we see here?
Thomas Smith here. Are the mastery class videos live trading?
Which is what again? Sorry.
He's asking, are the mastery class videos live trading?
Oh yeah, everything that we have recording is live, guys. Everything.
Yeah, you got live markets in the background. It's beautiful.
Everything is live, like everything is live besides the get together on Wednesday, on Monday, because we get to step back, look at the charts, and look for opportunity for the week on a calm fashion. So,
Miguel asks, are we going to have triggers? Are we going to be sending alerts out? We're trying to create an infrastructure where we can do that as well, Miguel. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is that we're trying to set up an alert system as well. So we'll see. That's to be continued here. That should be settled here in the 3 month in the 3 months that you guys are with us. That should be settled, and I'm sure that these guys are real generous. So I'm sure there'll be some kind of discount for going forward. Can I just leave everybody with one thought? I'm gonna get out of here and go eat dinner with my wife. But
sure,
we get to this point in our lives when now I'm 52. I'm a couple of years older than Marc, but we get to this point in our lives where communication with ourselves, getting ourselves to do what it is that we not just that we want to do, but that we need to do, that we must do. And with grace and with style and with some poise. These are top priorities for us. And then also communicating with each other, working well with each other, communicating really well with each other, and then also with you guys. So, that's a top priority for us, and it has been for the last 3 years that I've known Marc. And he, like myself, always try to give more than we're paid for giving. So if you're part of the community, then we really try to bend over backwards to give you that exceptional value. And I know Kevin is the same way, as well with Real Traders Webinar. I mean, this guy just works and works and works to prepare us to present. So I just want to again thank you for the opportunity to be able to present to you guys. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I was telling Todd in the comments, he was asking some questions. It's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. There's so much to know and learn, and you can use your individual creativity every single day when you're trading the markets. Okay, peace, everybody. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, everybody, thank you for coming tonight. Hopefully that was helpful and you learned a lot of good stuff and think differently about your trading. It's possible to be consistent, guys. We've been there and done that before you. We have the bruise, the blood, the tears, and the successes to prove it. It's possible. but it's not easy if you don't know what you're doing. You have a nice evening, everyone. Hopefully that was helpful. Take care, and we are looking forward to seeing you in our communities, our weekly videos, whatever it is. Please stay tuned to what we do and give us an opportunity to help you, okay? And help you really in a real way. You take care, everybody. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, Marc. Thank you, Kevin. Guys, again, just want to give them my complete endorsement. Don't forget that just the 2 hour orientation session that you're getting on Monday, that alone is worth the price that you're paying tonight. Never mind the value that you see them give on a free webinar. I mean, these are our champions. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see that the recordings of Kevin and Marc, I mean, those are the ones that have 70,000 views, nothing but likes, nothing but awesome comments, and their paid training is just that much better. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. As always, hope you got a ton of value. The link, we're going to be shutting down the webinar, so if you want to grab that link, it's daytradingzones.com/special. It's easy to remember, daytradingzones.com/special. That will only be open till midnight tonight, and then they'll be shutting it down. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you on our next event.